In the 59th episode of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about the new Alphacool Eiswolf 2 all-in-one water block and cooling system. Arctic launches an RGB variant of the 140mm fan, NVIDIA releases a new graphics card driver, and SilentiumPC announces a 120mm addressable RGB fan. We start with Alphacool and their new Eiswolf 2 all-in-one cooling solution for the NVIDIA RTX 3080 Founders Edition, Radeon RX 6800 and Radeon RX 6800 XT MSI Gaming X Trio graphics cards. The Eiswolf 2 is in essence a water block with a radiator, and in this case a 360mm radiator. The Eiswolf 2 also has an integrated pump to move the liquid through the graphics card block and to the radiator. And you guessed it, this is nothing more than a classic all-in-one CPU cooler that, instead of using a CPU block, has a graphics card block. The radiator used is a 360mm Alphacool Nexus ST30 and it's made from copper. On this radiator there are installed three 120mm fans. These are the Alphacool Aurora Rise RGB models with a maximum rated speed of 2500 RPM, and fortunately that speed can be lowered through PWM as these fans use a 4-pin connector for power. The MSRP is €244.09, and that is quite a great deal considering that the components used for this all-in-one liquid cooling system can be bought separately, and thus you can easily either integrate this graphics card cooler into a custom water loop system or expand it if you so desire. We continue with Arctic and their new P14 PWM PST A-RGB Fan. This model is available either as a single product or as a triple fan pack. It also has no less than 12 digital ARGB LEDs to satisfy those that want as much RGB as possible in their fans. In addition, this fan has the now well-known 0 dB mode. This means that the fan can be completely stopped via PWM if you do not need it to spin. The design of this fan is quite good, and it has become a staple of good value fans offered by Arctic. This is one of the main reasons why Arctic fans have been steadily climbing in preference and sales for the past year. The Arctic P14 PWM PST A-RGB fan is available for €18.99, and this is a price miles down from the usual pricing of addressable RGB 140mm fans. Next, we have NVIDIA and their latest graphics card driver, now at version 497.09. This game-ready driver is released and brings out early optimizations for Icarus, Chorus and Halo Infinite. There are also plenty of fixes for Red Dead Redemption 2, Doom 3 BFG Edition, NVIDIA image scaling and adaptive vertical sync with G-Sync enabled. Weirdly enough, this driver also adds support for a 12GB variant of the RTX 2060 graphics card, a model that has been rumored for a few days now. This looks to be a low-key announcement of its existence and a possible release as a standalone product. Of course, as many drivers are these days, if it fixes something then it either must break something else or leaves things unfixed on the side. The known issues are linked to Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, Supreme Command & Conquer Forge Alliance, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, NVIDIA Advanced Optimus and a few other things related to the NVIDIA image scaling. As always, yours truly has already installed this driver in my system, and so far so good. No new issues to report, but nothing new either in terms of performance in games and apps that I use on a daily basis. And finally, SilentiumPC announces the Fluctus 120 PWM ARGB Fan. This is the same fan used on many Air CPU coolers released by SilentiumPC, but with an addressable RGB system installed inside the impeller and rotor assembly. Speaking of which, this fan has a 9-blade rotor with a curved design made to increase the overall static pressure generated by the fan. This is your typical 120mm RGB fan, with a minimum speed of 300 RPM and a maximum speed of 1800 RPM. This model uses a fluid dynamic bearing system and a 4-pin connector for power and speed control through PWM. Other features of these fans include serrated edges of the impellers, rubber pads on both sides of the fan frame, and an all-black cable. The SilentiumPC Fluctus 120 PWM ARGB fan is available for purchase right now for €15.99. And this is the end of the episode number 59 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.